My name is Sandra. I am 28 years old, and this is my story. I grew up in a devout Christian household. When I met my husband Mark, he was everything I prayed for in a man. He was respectful, wealthy, gentle, kind, and deeply committed to his faith. His dedication to prayer and preaching inspired many, and I was proud to be his wife. He sacrificed a lot for my happiness when we were dating, and as Christians, we practiced no sex during our courtship. Our wedding was a grand affair, attended by many from our church. As we exchanged vows, I believed that I was stepping into a life filled with love, support, and spiritual growth. But as the honeymoon phase began to wane, I noticed a disconcerting pattern. My husband Mark would find excuses to avoid physical intimacy. At first, I thought he was simply shy or overly modest, but as weeks turned into months, my confusion turned to hurt. Our nights were spent in separate bedrooms, and he always had an excuse to avoid being alone with me. One night, I was unable to bear the silent rejection anymore, so I confronted my husband. I asked him why he seemed so distant and why our marriage felt more like a partnership of convenience than a union of love. His response shattered my heart into pieces. My husband looked at me with a mix of guilt and resignation. "Sandra," he said quietly, "there is something I need to tell you. I am gay," he said. He said he has never made love to any woman in his life, and he would rather be with a man. He said he married me so that the world won't question his sexuality. I fell to the ground beneath me opened. How could this be? The man I married, the man who preached about the sanctity of marriage and the importance of family, was living a lie. I struggled to understand, to process what this meant for us. He continued, "I never meant to hurt you, and I know this isn't fair to you. You deserve so much more." Tears streamed down my face as I asked him what we were supposed to do now. His answer was pragmatic, yet it felt like another blow. "You are free to seek intimacy outside our marriage if you need it," he said. "Just don't tell anyone about my lifestyle. It would ruin everything we've built, our reputation, our standing in the church. But if you do, I will ruin your life," he threatened me. He promised to pay me huge monthly allowance in exchange for my silence. I was stunned. Mark's proposal went against everything we both claimed to believe in. The man who seemed so dedicated in his faith was asking me to live a lie and cover for his secrets. I didn't know what to do or whom to run to. The very foundation of my world were crumbling. In the days that followed, I tried to pray for guidance, but I felt lost. My faith, which had always been a source of strength, now felt like a prison. I loved my husband, but I couldn't continue living this way. I couldn't be complicit in this deception, nor could I betray my values by seeking intimacy outside our marriage. What should I do? My husband threatened me that he would ruin my life if I let his secret out. He is very wealthy. He took care of not only me during courtship, but my entire family members, established a business for my parents, sponsored my siblings in their education. The thought of even paying him back financially is not possible because I came from a poor family.